What's going on, everybody? Who's ready for a beer? Let's end this week on a good one, and I feel like I picked a good one for today. I'm excited. Very, very excited. Anything from Mikkeller when it comes to like a bourbon aged stout, I already know I'm going to have a really good experience, most likely, to be honest. Because Mikkeller makes some fantastic beers. I know in Kentucky, they're in your little area over there, so you should be well known when it comes to Mikkeller beers. But what's going on, everybody? In chat, Duchess, Derek, Graham, Kentucky, how are you all doing? Hell yeah, they are, Kentucky. Man, I don't have any Jack in the house to do that, but I think this is gonna make up for it because this is a high percenter one today. That's okay. So this will kind of be like doing kind of a shot, just faster drinking. You'll probably get the same amount of buzz from like one shot than like the same amount of like the speed of and pace that I'm gonna be drinking this one, just because I know I'm gonna enjoy it and I'm gonna want it in my face hole as much as possible. But today's is gonna be good. Today's is hopefully gonna be fucking fantastic. So I'm excited. Oh, 4 o'clock, people. Let's do this. Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we got one that I'm really excited to talk about this afternoon because this brewery is kind of really well known when it comes to having popularity around the country when it comes to... This brewery originated out of Denmark, and they were very popular over there, so they decided to open multiple locations here in the U.S. So they have one in, I believe, in New York. They have one in LA, and they have one in San Diego. So today, we're going to be taking a look at, from their Barrel Beer Geek series, we're going to be looking at some Toasties Shake from Mikkeller Brewing Company. But just look at that. Look at that. Anything that comes out of a bottle that's a barrel-aged stout, I get all, like, get jittery and, like, excited because of it. So, this guy comes in at a whopping 13.5% ABV. Which, yeah, this is definitely something to sit down and enjoy by like a fire or something like that. Because this is a toasted coconut, vanilla bean, bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. So, a lot of interesting flavors that when it comes to toasted coconut, I'm not the biggest coconut fan, to be honest. I'm going to say it straight up. So, I'm curious to see how this is going to mix well with the kind of vanilla, kind of maybe like some chocolatey notes to get from the bourbon kind of situation. But But yeah, I've heard really good things about Mikkeller. I've had a couple of their bourbon barrel aged stouts before, and they were fantastic. I know if you ever get your hands on the Treybold or whatever it's called, do it. They're barrel aged stuff, and it's just like I have a couple like when it comes to their Berliner Weisses that are going to be coming up soon for review. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. So let's just crack this guy open without further ado, and I want to see what the smell of this guy is like. I know I don't really have any like sound pouring for you guys with this one, but let's see what we're getting on the smell. Oh yeah, definitely like very like kind of milk chocolatey, kind of coconutty kind of smell. Definitely getting a really nice sweetness. Yeah, this smells absolutely fantastic. So today I'm gonna be drinking out of my Untapped tulip glass. You can go over to Untapped's website if you're looking to pick up some glassware. They have a bunch of deals on there all the time where just keep an eye on the app, and you might be able to be put in a situation to where they'll throw up a coupon code to get their glassware for a little bit of a discount. And it's really good quality glassware. Would highly recommend picking up some stuff from Untapped's kind of merch store, kind of, or just glass store, whatever you want to call it. But let's pour this guy and see what this guy looks like. Oh yeah, there's probably going to be little to no head on this one, and if there is, it's going to be a nice kind of velvety brown, like a light brown color. Look at that. Little bit of a head on top, but has that nice black as your soul kind of color to it. Oh yeah. And just see a little bit of a head, not much, but has that kind of like roasty, kind of light brown color. Oh yeah, definitely starting to smell a little bit more of the bourbon in on the nose when you pour it. A lot of that like roasty, kind of roasted coconut starting to come out a little bit more. Actually, I have some of that downstairs, Kentucky, so the raspberry blush is going to be coming up for review in the somewhat near future, so keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So, happy Friday, everybody. Cheers. Wow. Holy crap. That is insane. Right off the bat, it's just a very, very rich kind of toasted coconut, like chocolatey kind of flavor. Very, very boozy when it comes to like instantly have that warm feeling in my throat. Very, very thick and syrupy when it comes to the mouthfeel. Getting kind of like a little bit of like a mocha kind of situation going in this too. So with like the kind of vanilla, kind of chocolate sweetness being turned in there, but also with like the bourbon barrel aging kind of adding like a little bit of like chocolatey notes. Yeah, this is, wow, outstanding. But this is definitely a sipper. Definitely a sipper. Holy crap. Definitely more on the boozier side, which when it comes to a 13.5%, it's kind of getting to the time to where it's kind of going to be expected when it comes to having something that high of an ABV, but it mixes so well. It's so heavy on the bourbon to where it incorporates with the toasted coconut, the vanilla, and all that stuff to get like the chocolatey notes in there. It's such like a decadent, desserty kind of imperial stout for me because there's a good amount of sweetness to it. But yeah, that's outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Coats the inside of your mouth when you're drinking it too, just because it's so syrupy and like a situation like that. But let's see what they have to say about this one and see if it kind of lives up to what the description of it's when it shows it a little bit of it on the bottle itself. So Toasties shake pours opaquely thick and chocolatey dark like a moonless wintry night, but there's no reason to wrap yourself up in a scarf. Glowing hits of sweet vanilla beans, a twinkle of toasted coconut, and a little heat from the bourbon barrel aging provides this fireside stout all the brightness you need to stay warm and cozy. So yeah, to me, right off the bat, this is going to be a perfect beer to be sitting outside next to a fire when it's kind of in like that 50, 60 degree realm where you kind of can see, get to the point where you can see your breath. That's how cool it is. But then having a glass of this right next to you, oh yeah. I feel like this would pair with like a nice toasted marshmallow as well. Just kind of have to add a little bit of like an extra sugary sweetness, or just like if you wanted to put this in with maybe like making barbecue. I know you wouldn't want to waste this beer on putting it with barbecue, but just the high sugar content I feel it would have in this, to where you kind of have it go over like a piece of brisket, or like if you're smoking a pork butt, and just it would kind of create that caramelized glaze because of the high sugar content in this one. And I think this would absolutely go perfect with barbecue, to be honest. If you use this kind of beer for like smoking meat, oh man. But yeah, this is definitely a really, really heavy, really nice fall/winter brew, to where it's like, if you want a drink that will keep you nice and toasty, nice and warm, this hits all the spots for it. But the toasted coconut notes it's not too coconutty. That's for damn sure. Definitely, I love the kind of oaky kind of situation when it comes to mixing like an oaky burnt wood kind of flavor with like a vanilla. Kind of gives you like a chocolate, like a milk chocolate flavor. So that kind of turns it to like a toasted coconut and like milk chocolate taste. That's just, it's decadent, it's sweet, hits every single note that I enjoy out of a nice desserty, high boozy, high ABV imperial stout. And this is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Would highly recommend, if you can get your hands on this one, just do it. I know they have some kind of membership. They have, let's see. So they have the Mikkeller Beer Club, which is something that you can be a part of. They also have the Viking Club as well, to where they have two different tiers. You can be a part of the Balder tier, which all the stuff that you get is kind of... So like in the Balder tier, you get 12 500ml Balder bottles, so a specific like Balder release. So there's 4 different releases, and you get 3 bottles each. And then you also get 2 Viking one-off 32-ounce crowlers. And then you get a bottle of their barrel-aged Trey Blood, a 500ml bottle. Then you get a Beer Geek Shake variant 500ml bottle. So you can possibly get this if you join the Viking / the Mikkeller Beer Club. And let's see, Viking Club exclusive merchandise, glassware sticker, and stoneware coaster. I wonder if that's like an actual like stone coaster. That'd be sick. But tote bag, you get a 15% discount on beer and merchandise in the San Diego and San Francisco locations. Ability to purchase tickets to club exclusive events, early access to MBCC and MBSD events. So different events that are going on, you'll be able to get first access to those. And let's see, access to purchase extra club beer, access to pop-up parties throughout the year, early access to new releases, ability to pre-order new releases using web shops, like doing the web shop on Wednesdays with the option of tasting room pickup, or they can ship to you, and exclusive draft tap memberships for both the Miramar and the Little Italy locations, and ability to rent out the Viking Hall for private parties. So, and it's not a bad membership. You get a 1-year membership to go on the Balder tier for only $250, and the amount of stuff that you have access to. I mean, when I purchased this bottle, so I'm looking at the Beer Geek Shake variant 500ml bottle that they show on there. I purchased this for over like $20-something. I think it was at least like $22 to $26. It was around there. So for having $250 and be able to get 12 500ml bottles of different Balder bottle releases that they do, along with getting 2 32-ounce crowlers and being able to get different merchandise when it comes to glassware, stickers, stone coasters, and then, yeah, if I was in San Diego or any kind of like locations in California where I was next to a Mikkeller brewery, I would be on that Viking Club or the Mikkeller Beer Club instantly, because of just the deals are insanely good. And plus, being able to kind of get some more stuff and get some like really, really cool situations. They actually have another tier, which is their like higher tier when it comes to their Viking Club. So they have the Balder tier, and then they have the Odin level tier, which is an invitation only for current like Viking membership people. So you get the access to the Balder bottles and the Odin bottles, and then pretty much including everything when it comes to the Viking one-off 32-ounce crowlers, the Trey Blood, the shake variant, all the other enrollment in their mug club, which a total of 20% off beer on Mondays for the San Diego locations, and then ability to pre-order new releases on web shop. Yeah, first priority to purchase extra club beer. So formal Zoom hangouts, discounted Viking Fest tickets, non-profit owned event, which means we can have offer Mikkeller beers on tap, and that membership, when you get invited into that kind of range, is only $550 a year. So that is, for $550 a year and for the amount of beer that you can have so when it comes to getting 12 bottles of maybe something like this, because this is a 500 ml bottle, so you would get 12 bottles of the Balder bottles, so 12 bottles of this size for Balder and Odin, so 24 bottles of that size, plus access to all that other stuff, first kind of release situations. But the link to their website is down in the description below if you're interested, and if you're in those areas to be able to take access into the Viking Club situation or any of their kind of beer memberships. Take a look at it. It's definitely something really, really cool that you can take a part in, and it's kind of gets you a more hands-on experience with your local breweries as well if they have a membership program like that. So I'd highly recommend if you're in those areas to do that. That's really, really cool if they do that. But let's start going down and seeing what people have to say about this guy on Untappd. So like I said before, it's a 13.5% ABV. And with over 1,586 ratings, this beer has an average rating of 4.38 out of 5 on Untappd. Which, for that amount of ratings, over 1,500 ratings, having above a 4.3, that says a lot, to be honest. So let's see what people have to say about this one. I know there's going to be... I was looking at it a little bit yesterday, and the people rating this stuff, they're giving it really high praise. So this guy rated it a 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.25, 4.25, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.25, 4.5, 4.25, full 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4. Yeah, I don't see anything below a 4. And that says high praise for the quality of beer they're coming out with this one. And they hit the nail on the head with this one, I think. I highly, highly recommend anything from Mikkeller when it comes to anything they have available. Here, let's see what they have on tap over in their Little Italy location. So, in San Diego, they have 2 locations. They have a Miramar location and then the Little Italy location. But the Miramar location is only showing, it's not really showing what they have on tap or what they have to go. So I'm going off of what the Little Italy location has, to where it's like when Tucky was earlier talking about the Raspberry Blush, which is their kind of fruited Berliner Weiss brewed with raspberries and coffee. You can get that on tap over there right now. You can get some of the Trey Bloods over there. So they have the blueberry waffle Trey Blood along with the pecan pie, and then the Trey Blood Crunch, which if you can get your hands on the Trey Blood when it comes to anything from Mikkeller, don't hesitate. If you're a bourbon barrel aged, if you're a stout fan, buy one. Buy a bottle of it. You will not regret it. And then if you're looking to get some stuff to go, of course, they have their micro releases. They have the Freddie Mercury. Was that a Mercury? So they have a homage to Queen. I think that's really cool. They do that. Red and Rye Christmas, they still have available to go. Some lagers. They got the Raspberry Blush if you want to get that to go as well. But yeah, they have a bunch of varieties, no matter what, between bottles, stout, cans, you name it. You could probably get your hands on it in a pretty good kind of quantity and stock when it comes to going over and getting some beers to go over at Mikkeller. But to be honest, I would really like to go to their original location in Denmark. I want to see what that's like, because being in that environment, I'm curious of where in Denmark it is. If it's maybe in the mountains or something like that, it would just going to a brewery that's kind of grown over the ages to be they started in Europe and got so popular to where they decided to open multiple locations here in the U.S. You know that the quality is going to be absolutely outstanding, and whenever you're going somewhere, I feel like going to the original one is always like something that makes that experience that much better. And just by drinking this at home, I'm having a fantastic time drinking this one. Oh my god. Absolutely amazing. Probably one of my favorites when it comes to being as high as I think the Trey Bloods are. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So, let's start going off our ratings here before I start rambling long enough. So, bottle art / can art. This is the kind of art they use for their kind of bottle stuff when it comes to their barrel series. So it's relatively simple. They just got the name. I like the kind of the white with the kind of gold kind of colors. So that's a nice cool touch. Nothing really when it comes to doing any crazy designs or anything like that. It's just the token Mikkeller kind of labeling they do on there. They kind of do something similar when it comes to their cans as well. They don't really do anything too outrageous, too intricate when it comes to can art or bottle art. So yeah, simple, but this is a high quality beer, so you're going to have like a label that shows that it's a high quality, which I think they knocked right on the head with this one. Plus, I'm always a big fan of Mikkeller's actual logo on the top. Just having like the one, kind of doing like that yin and yang kind of symbol, but it's faces instead. That's what it reminds me of. So, really, really cool label. Always expecting high quality stuff when it comes to getting anything from Mikkeller, just because they have held that reputation and kind of lived up to it for years. So, big props to them for sticking with the craft and sticking with what they know and just creating fantastic brews when it comes to sticking in that area. But, let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Mikkeller, if I was in San Diego and the Toasties shake came in for a flight, would I get another one? Abso-freaking-lutely. If I wasn't driving, oh yeah, I would have a few of these and I'll just let somebody else drive me home, because this is too good not to kind of just sit back and enjoy maybe 2 glasses of this and feel nice and warm inside, enjoy the absolutely fantastic flavor that's coming off this one. This is probably, when it comes to a desserty kind of barrel-aged stout, one of my favorites, easily. Absolutely, because it's the perfect amount of sweetness. It's the perfect amount of barrel, like the bourbon notes in there. Having that coconut and vanilla mixing with the bourbon kind of flavors gets that kind of milk chocolate, roasted, toasted coconut kind of flavor, and it's spot on, just delicious. I can't say any more praises about this Toasties shake, really. If you can get your hands on it, Kentucky, if you're a stout fan, try to get your hands on this Toasties shake. You will kind of be blown away with how good of a quality, and just the flavors that you get off this one are just explosive. Like, it's kind of, I'm having kind of a situation where it's kind of reminding me of how I felt with that one Lee sent me when I finished off with the Sticky Monkey. Because you know you're drinking something that's like, when something this good and it's so complex when it comes to flavors and just balancing so well, you just get like dumbfounded and lost for words with it. So this is another one of those ones that it's going to be very high rated for me, and I can't say enough when it comes to how much I'm enjoying this. That's how good it is. So I think my final rating on this guy is going to be probably around the same range of with Sticky Monkey. With Sticky Monkey, I gave it a 9.75 out of 10. But yeah, Kentucky, if you can go over to Mikkeller when you're in San Diego next, and if you're able to see if you can get your hands on anything from their Beer Geek Barrel Aged kind of series, don't hesitate, just do it. And if you can find the Toasties shake, you won't be disappointed with that purchase at all. You might be spending a little bit of money for the bottle, but for such a high quality beer and for such explosive, delicious flavors, that's easily worth the amount of money I spent for it. I would pay probably $10 more to get this kind of quality when it comes to beer. So I think I'm going to give this a really, really solid 9.5 out of 10. Really, really good. I can't recommend this beer enough to people. If you're into bourbon barrel aged stouts, and if you're interested in just like a nice, well balanced, heavily bourbon tasting / mixing with like a toasted coconut, chocolate, kind of vanilla situation. If those are kind of flavors that you enjoy, and if you're a fan of like a nice higher ABV beer, this needs to be on to your have to pick up list, I think. That's how good it is. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'm not going to ramble about this beer pretty much any longer because I've said everything that I think I need to say about it. It's absolutely fantastic. Solid, really, really solid. 9.5 out of 10. I can't recommend this one enough. So, everybody, thank your buddy in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Graham, my recommendation if you're trying to get a hold of their stuff, and if you're in Canada, I would say just go on their website and try it. You never know, because you might be surprised and you might be able to find out that you can get their stuff delivered to you. Who knows? I really haven't experimented with trying to get stuff that is from a different country, even though Mikkeller is originally from a different country that have locations in the U.S. So, but I'm thinking since this beer is brewed in San Diego, and I'm seeing people overseas in like probably in Germany or Denmark or a European country able to get a hold of a beer that's brewed in San Diego, Graham, you might be able to get your hands on it. So go on their website and just kind of mess around with their merch store and their kind of the site where you can purchase things and see. Otherwise, you can go on Tavour, and if you have access to Tavour, you can always find Mikkellers popping on there every once in a while. They get really small releases when it comes to stuff from their barrel aged series, so you kind of just got to keep your finger on the trigger when it comes to keeping an eye out on Tavour. When it comes to specific times of year situations, you might randomly see them drop one of their barrel aged stuff, but they always have very limited quantities when it comes to Tavour having the stuff available. So you just got to be, your fingers got to be quick and be able to get it, because it's going to sell out very, very fast. But that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you, Brain Chat, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my stuff. You guys are awesome as well. I don't give enough credit to the replay crew. You guys are another reason why I continue to do this stuff, because I know with the time of day that I do this, a lot of people are still at work and all that situation. So I want to at least have the content out there to where if somebody's just hanging out later in the day and want to watch it, it'll be here for you to kind of just take your time and go through whatever you want to see. But also, if you're new to the channel, like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Let you know whenever I go live doing another review. But yeah, pretty much it. So before you guys leave, if you guys are on Untapped, make sure to shoot me your friend request. My link to my Untapped is down below. Untapped is a crazy, crazy awesome social media kind of app, platform, you name it, when it comes to drinking beer and having beer drinkers. And also they have a website to where you can purchase glassware. So if you're interested in getting some really cool glassware, you can go on Untapped and get glassware from them as well. So they have a bunch of different options when it comes to different things. You can go on the app. You can just sit around on the app and just play around with it for a while. It's kind of fun to go and look at. So again, thank you, Brain Chat, for hanging out again. You guys are awesome. Anybody who's taking the time out of their day to watch my stuff, you guys are the real MVPs. So without further ado, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. So again, you guys are awesome. I'm going to say it like I always do. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, let's have a fantastic Friday. Cheers, everybody.